Stan Bush here, and I dare you to check out Radio Free Cybertron.
Watching Radio Free Cybertron.
Transformers!
For the latest Transformer news, reviews, and more, visit tformers.com.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 368, recorded June 18th, 2014. I'm your host, Brian Kilby, and with me, special guests from Fanboy Versus and occasionally RFC. We have Chris Triplett and Nicole Hale. Guys, welcome back.
Aloha.
Hello.
It's good seeing you. Yeah, so with BotCon being this week, Don wasn't going to be on. I'm like, we need someone to take Don's spot this week, and they need to, like, be positive. I'm like, Nicole's positive. I'm like,
Depends on the day.
I need a jerk to bounce them out. Triplet's a jerk.
Aww. Nobody said I had to be a jerk.
I'm kidding. You're not a jerk.
Okay.
You're not a jerk. I'm kidding. But yeah, so welcome aboard, guys. Also, we have Melvar and Diecast.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
So you wouldn't really think, you know, the week before BotCon and the new Transformers movie that there'd be much in the way of news. Yeah. We have a lot to go through. So this week is our promised Transformers 4 extravaganza. It's our pre-release show. We are talking about all of the news and such that we've sort of been holding off on. I've wanted to avoid spoilers. Then I thought it's a Michael Bay Transformers movie. So I mean,
they're all the same.
I pretty much know what to expect. So we are going to go a little more in depth than we have gone recently. Also, there's lots of BotCon news. So we definitely need to get into that as well. But before we get there, a few things I wanted to mention. BotCon is this weekend. So that will be June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Normally we do some sort of live stream on the Saturday of BotCon during or after the Hasbro panel. And we're going to do that again this year. I'm aiming for 2 o'clock Eastern time. So if you are hearing this before then, tune in to tfradio.net/live to find out more. Or actually just check out our Twitter page or Twitter account, twitter.com/tfradio. Follow us. We will be tweeting out news about that as it develops. Oh man, what else do we have? Next week is the JD Memorial episode. It's the 5th anniversary of our return. RFC has been around for, 14 years. Yes, 14 years. Picture of JD. But off and on, we had a break of a year or so here and there, a few of those. So, but continuously we've been back for 5 years, and it's all JD's fault. So he's not around anymore for us to complain to him about it, but here we are. So we are going to have that memorial show next week. Really looking forward to it. It features JD's first appearance on RFC back in 2000 and his last appearance back in January of this past year. Also his wife Amanda, she recorded a little message and a thank you for all of the fans, and we'll have that as well. That will be posted Wednesday the 25th. So we'll actually also have a live stream that day, a normal show, because there's just too much news to account for. So we'll have 2 shows that week. Let's see here. So much stuff going on. We'll have our review of Transformers 4 Age of Extinction available by June 27th at the latest, if not earlier. I know that we're going to see it the earliest possible showing, those of us who are seeing it. Raising my hand, I'm going to see it.
I guess I'll raise my hand.
Triplet and I, awesome. We need to get you on to talk about it. Triplet and I are going to go see it, the same showing on Thursday. Then our review I'll probably post before I go see it or we go see it in IMAX. And if there's any change to the review based on the IMAX presentation, will account for that.
Did they film scenes for IMAX?
Yeah, because I know they did it for the first one and the second one.
I know certain scenes are filmed natively in IMAX. I don't know that they're going to be exclusive to IMAX, though.
Because that's how it was for the first movie.
It was, yeah. So
yeah,
it was, and they
made no difference the scenes that they had.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. Was it like Revenge of the Fallen?
I think both of them were that way. We had to account for it when we did our review. I know Revenge of the Fallen was that way because we all had to make sure that we had the same version of the movie to do the commentary.
Your commentary doesn't work for my version. Thanks.
Yeah, you have to have the standard version of the movie for that to work. Otherwise, it kind of goes out of sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, and of course,
be happy for what you got.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We watched that movie and talked about it for like the whole 2 hours and 10 minutes or whatever that thing goes for. God.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So since you mentioned it, our friend John Bailey, John 3.0, posted his on. Actually, I guess it's Geek Tyrant technically, but John's the one that does the voices. Posted the his honest trailer for Revenge of the Fallen, and in like 3 minutes, he accounts for like 90 or 95% of my complaints about that movie. It's wonderful. I posted it to our Facebook page at facebook.com/tfradio if you want to go look at it. It's awesome. It's really great. And one more thing before we head into this week in history. If you can, don't forget, leave us a review on iTunes. It's super easy, super simple, and it helps us out a lot. Like, really. I've gone and looked at our numbers since we've received more reviews, and yeah, it directly impacts the number of downloads we have. So help out with that. It's quick as easy. Just do it while you're listening to the show. I would love you forever. So this week we have.
already do.
I do. Well, I don't. For those who haven't left the reviews, I don't love yet. But my love is easy to win.
But you're still their friend, right, Brian?
He's
like a little kid. All you have to do is buy him a Transformer. And
exactly.
There's more truth to that than you probably realize.
GoBots.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandma bought me GoBots, and I haven't visited her in a year and a half. So.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
But in his heart, she's still there.
Yeah. I love my grandma.
Hey, at least it's better than Masters of the Universe. Come on.
GoBot's better than Masters. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than. Yeah. Yeah. I like GoBots. The TV series isn't as good, but I like the toys better. And of course, you know, the toys that are from the classics are nice, but God, I don't want to spend $90 for a Ram Man on the secondary market.
Nope.
I really
want that third-party side kill. That's what you want.
We should get that here in a month or so. Looking forward to it. Okay, yeah, looking forward to that. So let's see here. So I wanted to, we have so much to talk about. I am probably talking a little bit too long there, so I want to get through this stuff as quickly as possible to get to our movie Blowout. So this week in history. In 2004, which was 10 years ago, which is tomorrow, June 19th, as of recording time, it was the first day of BotCon 2004. And for those old-timers like me that were around, you may remember that was the first BotCon since 2002. And, of course, because basically the official license went to the official Transformers Collectors Convention in 03 and 04, and BotCon 04 was billed as the last BotCon, and it was supposed to be. It was the unofficial convention that year, but lo and behold, the next year, Fun Publications got the license to BotCon and the Transformers Convention, and it's been going strong ever since. So I didn't go. That was also in Pasadena. The only year that Don has actually missed the official Transformers Convention, I think was 04, and that's because he went to BotCon instead.
What was the exclusives for 04, so I can kind of frame it in my mind?
So if I remember correctly, Dave Van Domelen actually hand-painted an Action Master. I guess it was an Action Master breakdown. I think he painted that as G2 breakdown. I don't know. I don't do great with the exclusives because I don't typically buy them. But it was Dave Van Domelen Action Master repaint. I'll pull that up though.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and jump to the news. So in BotCon news this week, Shout Factory will be doing a live stream during BotCon. It'll be content from the floor. So their schedule says that the Hasbro Transformers panel is going to be posted or streamed. The timing on that is different than the timing that BotCon has. So my guess is if it is the Transformers brand panel, which is my favorite part of BotCon, it'll be edited, meaning like all those photos that you aren't supposed to share will be probably removed, if that actually turns out to be the case. But they'll also be streaming basically episodes of the Transformers. I know they're streaming Return of Optimus Prime and other various Transformers series. So that will be at their YouTube channel or at, what is it, tfs30year.com or something like that. We'll link to it in the show notes. But that'll be worth watching, especially for the stuff from BotCon, for those of us that aren't able to make it. Okay, so I thought this was really awesome. The Transformers customizing class figure from BotCon is going to be Primal Prime.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that liked Primal Prime?
I remember Primal Prime.
He was Super Primal Prime was a repaint of Optimal Optimus in red and blue. Basically, he was supposed to have had the spark of the great hero of Transformers or something.
He was the super suit that Quick Strike used given life, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. But they are using the gosh, was this the Cybertron? Was it Cybertron Optimus Prime? Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
Figure? Yeah.
Yeah,
because it has the key coming out of the bottom of it.
Yes, that's right. So
he's got the surfboard.
I have to say, I like it. I honestly like that.
I don't like it. I don't know if it's the coloring or is that what they're supposed to color it to look like? It looks like a lot of clear plastic.
Well, I mean that's it. It's yeah. I don't know.
How are you going to customize that?
Are you familiar with the original toy?
I'm familiar with the Cybertron one.
Okay, so Super Primal Prime. I'll just Google it real quick.
He was you talking about the original the Beast Wars toy, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah, he was Optimal Optimus, red and blue.
Yeah. So here is
a little bit of white.
Here is the original toy.
Yeah, that's him, all right.
Yep, I liked it. I always like that. It's kind of funny, so I sold it like I do.
It must be cold. He's got some nipples just pointing out there.
Wow. they look pretty. They look pretty stiff. So it's kind of funny. So I ended up selling this toy on All Toys Transformers to Jester in Arizona. That was the person's screen name, Jester in AZ. And the person ended up selling it on eBay, and I ended up buying it back.
Nice.
It's the exact same one. Yeah.
Was Primal Prime a store exclusive, or was it like a full release?
I think it was through the Hasbro toy shop.
No, it was in stores because I remember seeing it like at Walmart. I think didn't I? Didn't I see that at Walmart?
I thought no. What was before HTS, Hasbro Collectors Shop or something? I thought I got it through that. I don't remember.
I want to say I saw it in a physical store, but I can't remember where it was at.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Okay.
God, I should have looked that up, but I didn't. Bad Brian. Bad host.
He's very, very patriotic.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
He should be like the July 4th Transformer every year.
Should have been. Should have been.
I still don't see how you're going to customize that.
Yeah. So let's see here. Shuckeract. We talked about that last week, but we actually have a photo now. I really like the look of it. I'm not getting it, but I would if I was there.
I think it's cool that they're doing that. I like that.
I do too.
I think it's a really good deco. I like that.
Of course, Shuckeract was the 2000? Was it 2002 or 2000 exclusive? 2000.
It was before the one I went to. I think.
So I think it must have been 2000, and they're also doing Ape Link. So Shuckeract is based on the Transformers Collectors Club exclusive Rampage, and of course the original Shuckeract was based on Beast Wars Rampage. And Ape-Link was based on Transmetal Prime, Primal. Pardon me, I believe, if I remember correctly. I don't have it, but let's see here. Actually, no, I was wrong. Did we get confirmation that they're doing Ape-Link?
I don't know.
I don't remember. What actually we have is a picture of Alpha Trion. So it's based on was that Thunderclash?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that toy. It was all right. Something different.
This one's not doing it for me just because I keep thinking of that Alpha Trion that we saw on that with the Japanese exclusive as one of the choices, and that was like the
Million
one.
Publishing.
Yeah, the Million Publishing. Like that Alpha Trion to me is amazing, and I see this and I'm like, it's not the Alpha Publishing one.
So this is like the nod to that Beast Machine Snarl Alpha Tron. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's a different toy, but that's what they're making the nod on.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So actually, Ape-Link was a rumor. I think probably what ended up happening, it ended up being the Primal Prime exclusive, the customizing class figure. I assume is probably where that was, but Ape-Link was never confirmed. I don't believe. But Shockeract and Ape-Link would make sense going together. So who knows? Let's see here. Okay. So any other week, this would be like the basic centerpiece of the show, but before the movie and before BotCon, I'm going to have to sort of just pass over this a little more quickly than normal. We have details on the next Transformers animated series. And it's called Robots in Disguise.
Wait, what?
Again.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why don't they call it?
Get struck down with amnesia? What?
Why don't they call it Robots in Disguise 2.0? Like in computer 2.0 or 2. Never mind.
Or Robots in Disguise animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robots in Disguise animated Prime.
So I'm cautiously optimistic. So basically...
Wait, what? Time out. Wait. Whoa. Brian's being positive?
I'm being positive.
Write this down, people. Write it down.
There's very little information, so I think he has... Well,
yes.
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, this makes sense because Brian likes animated, and I liked Prime, so I'm actually a little bit disappointed because this is taking my Prime and turning it into animated, and Brian's like, this is taking my animated and turning it more into,
Yeah, and it has mini-cons.
Yeah.
So
there's at least one. There's what's his name?
Fix it.
Yeah.
I like the look of it. So that goes along.
I like the look of the drawings. I'll have to see what the show looks like.
Yeah. So we'll talk more about that later on in another show. But yeah, so I'm actually excited about that, and it's a different show because it's so apparently not led by Optimus Prime. We'll see how long that lasts.
3 episodes.
We'll see.
He'll be back before after the movie.
The first episode will make a reference to him. The third episode, well, it's like we have to find the Matrix. Why? It'll bring him back.
Hopefully they'll call it, if they call it the Power.
Bumblebee's in charge.
If they call it the Power Pack, that would be so awesome.
I hope he becomes a zombie when they bring him back too.
So after the show last week, we got photos, even though you're not supposed to take them. Photos were posted of a masterpiece, Star Saber.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So that's Star Saber, and it's apparently a masterpiece figure.
Okay.
So it doesn't look bad. Don't get me wrong. It does not look bad, but of course, it's we
haven't seen an alt mode yet.
We've just seen this photo. I know when the masterpiece figures in the past, the last few, they've been in this basic the mock-up with the gray plastic. They look so much better. They really pop once they're in color. So since this is out now, it probably means it won't be that long before we actually see it in color. And pretty stoked, honestly. Because it would be nice to get a Masterpiece figure that's not,
You know what would be better?
G1.
Blasphemy.
You know what would be better? Overlord.
Yeah.
Where's my Overlord? Or my Galvatron, for God's sakes.
And when I say not G1, I mean not American Transformers Seasons 1, 2, and 3 G1.
Yeah.
Post 2010 stuff in Japan, I guess, is G1, just depending on your definition. So, but yeah, no, it'll be interesting. And this is not much like Grimlock. This is not like some sort of standard issue vehicle, which will be interesting to see how they do that. So,
do you think it would have his what is it, Brain Master or
Brain
whatever
Master, yeah,
all that stuff?
be interesting. We'll see.
Wait, Grimlock's not a standard issue vehicle?
That's what I said. He's not. He's not. He's a dinosaur. He's a great dinosaur. Actually, speaking of Grimlock, you actually posted a video to our YouTube channel yesterday comparing the original MP, what was it, 04 or 5? MP05 or 8?
Yes. No, MPO5 was Megatron, wasn't it?
It's 8 then. Yeah, I think it's MPO8. So you comparing that to the newest issue, the Toys R Us exclusive Grimlock, how do those stack up? What are, just like off the top of your head, what are some of the key differences?
The key differences are plastic quality, plastic coloring. The plastic definitely seemed a little bit more translucent. The red paint was brighter, and I'm not sure if that's an age thing because I've had mine for a couple of years, or if that is actually brighter paint. The teeth were shinier and not as sharp. And that was pretty much it.
He doesn't come with any new accessories or anything, does he?
No new accessories. He comes with the sword, the gun, and the crown. And those are the only 3 accessories. And then the weird part about mine is I saw the Masterpiece, the reissue had extra paint apps. Mine did not come with those extra paint apps. So maybe they got left out at the last minute. I don't know. But
images on box may be different.
I don't even think they were box images.
Okay,
I think they were. But yeah, mine was missing the extra paint apps. So.
Should I pick it up? I have the last Toys R Us exclusive. I skipped the Japanese version or the original.
If you have the last one, no.
Okay.
If it was like a G2 Grimlock, should I pick it up?
Turquoise.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'll pull an XV. I'll pull an XV real quick. And Don, you can't see my video, but people watching can see here. I have set Grimlock at hand.
When I was a kid, I had that blue Grimlock, and the kids at school told me I had a fake Transformer because it wasn't the right color.
You had a knockoff.
Yes.
So you would have been, you're what, 32 now? 31?
Yep.
So you would have been like a teenager when this came out. So they were just telling you that you were a nerd for having toys.
Well, no. I had that blue one when I was young.
That came out like 93, right? 93, 94? 93 probably at least.
He's younger
so
than
I
you, Brian.
That's
right.
right.
I was like 10 years old.
Damn it. Okay.
He's like 8 years old right now. Look at him, Brian. Compared to us.
Yeah, that's true. He is much younger. I keep forgetting how old I am at this point. Actually, so speaking...
I'm old too. It happens.
It happens every day. That's the suck part. Sucks so bad. So actually, speaking of skipping toys, should I skip Cloud Shockwave? The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
I think everybody is skipping Cloud Shockwave.
So
I don't think anyone's buying any of those Cloud figures at $100 a piece.
I don't. Some people seem really into that really awful Starscream. I don't know why. But at the Tokyo Toy Show last week, we got photos of Cloud Shockwave in addition to the Cloud Rodimus. He is, of course, based on Generations Whirl. Of course, because he has that dot for an eye. That just one eye in the middle of his head. So it just made perfect sense, right?
Yeah. What was the Rodimus again? I don't think I ever...
Springer.
That one we saw drawings of before, so we knew that was coming, or we assumed that was coming. The Shockwave was kind of a shock. No pun intended.
Actually, did we not get photos of that before?
I didn't see anything. No.
Oh, I thought we had photos.
No, we had a drawing, so it was close enough.
It's completely not surprising, but here it is. It actually doesn't look that awful.
I kind of like the Rodimus myself. I like that mold to begin with, and I think the colors look good on it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
So if they repaint everything with one eye in a Shockwave, does that mean we're gonna get movie Lockdown as Shockwave?
Potentially.
God, I hope so. No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, let's see here. What else do we have going on? Skipping that. So, I guess moving to comics. If you're watching this week when the episode's new, I think through the 21st, something like that, Comixology is having a sale on Transformers Classics comics. So basically, you can get a bundle of the Transformers Classics trades, like the whole thing, for like $33.
Is that the Marvel, like the Marvel run?
The Marvel stuff that IDW republished.
I have a whole long box full of them.
You know, I ended up selling all of mine years ago, and it's because I at this point I really hate physical books. So the fact that I could snag them all digitally was just awesome. I love that.
Oh, I love the smell of original books. The ink. You're missing out.
So how much does it cost to get the entire run through Comixology now?
$33.
Would that sell?
$33.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all. Especially considering the later G1 issues are still pretty pricey. I think I ended up selling my copy of issue 80 for like $100.
That doesn't include
like 10 years ago. No, but G2 G2 is I got that a while back. But it's not much. You can also get Transformers Regeneration 1 for like $20. Really good price. Definitely hit that up if you haven't already. I'm going to skip the solicitations. I want to be more proactive about talking about the comic outside of our comic news section, because I'm really I still need to catch up, but I'm closer than I was.
I'm so far behind.
I'm so far behind on everything but Amazing Spider-Man, except I'm not reading those one dot issues. Should I be reading those?
I read the first one. It was pretty good.
I don't get the whole 1.2.3.4.5.
I still try to catch up on all my comics.
Yeah.
Because I was down for 4 months, so it's just like...
I can't even imagine.
I'm only caught up on Amazing Spider-Man and Walking Dead as of 2 weeks ago.
Oh, man. I need to go back and...
I caught up on Transformers and Deadpool. That's it.
Hey, guess what was the last issue of Transformers I read? Come on, guess.
But
More than issue number 8.
The issue before Dark Cybertron.
I was gonna say 14. That's 18.
I haven't read any of Dark Cybertrons. I have no idea what happened.
I'm farther back than you are.
Wow.
Let's see here. So, Transformers versus G.I. Joe #1. There's going to be a San Diego Comic-Con edition. I really love the look of this book, and again, you can get the issue 0, the free comic book day issue, on Comixology now for free. But the SDCC issue 1, the cover is just awesome.
What's on the cover?
Megatron and Cobra. So,
right.
Yeah. And it just looks nice. Actually, on the in the center of it is Snake Eyes. It looks like it's a fold-in cover. It's got the Decepticons versus the Autobots.
Does it say this isn't your father's G.I. Joe versus Transformers?
It should. It should. And let's see here. Moving ahead. So let's see. Diecast. Who actually watched that? The new footage from Rise of the Dark Spark. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet. So what do you think?
Was that the escalation trailer you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, the escalation trailer.
Yeah, I saw that.
It looks an awful lot like Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly what I thought. There was nothing that popped to me to say, "Wow, this is a different new game," other than the characters.
Yeah. It kind of like, didn't I already buy this game?
Yeah. Kind of like, well, it was a good game, and I spent $60 on it, but maybe I should just wait for it
to drop in price a little bit before I pick this one
I
up.
haven't heard anybody talking about this game, and it comes out Tuesday, which worries me a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were actually going to send us they're supposed to send us a copy, and I thought we were going to get that maybe a couple days before it came out so we could talk about it. And we haven't gotten anything, so we can't really talk about it other than the gameplay trailer that we've seen.
I'll be interested to play it once it finally comes out, but I still haven't finished. I technically haven't even started Fall of Cybertron, so
You need to
Fall of
finish that.
Cybertron is great.
I haven't played any of the games.
You need to play
Play
them.
Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah, Fall of Cybertron is definitely worth playing.
I still have like lots to do in Skyrim before I finish that.
Just
Brian-
skip Skyrim. 'cause-
Brian, just go to the end. I told you, go to the end, Brian.
I want to hit level 75. I want to hit level 75 before I get.
It
to the
doesn't
end.
matter, Brian. You know what's after level 75? Probably level 76. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Brian.
So, somebody on YouTube who is a beta member of Transformers Universe posted an overview, basically, of what the current beta test looks like. Rob Springer just got his beta invite yesterday.
I did too.
I haven't gotten mine yet. So, is it based on your character that you had requested previously, or is it something entirely different?
Well, I only looked at it for like a few minutes because I was at work and I'm not supposed to be online when I'm at work. So so basically, my work is a bunch of Nazis. I'm not kidding. So yeah, basically they've introduced like you could add more stuff to your character. You can make like a different profile. You could give yourself a backstory. That's basically what I saw so far. So. But I haven't really tried the new gameplay as of yet. All I know is that someone's taken my screen name and it ticks me off.
Beatles Diva?
No, Hailstorm.
Oh,
That's my Transformers name is.
that's right.
Hailstorm.
Yeah, that's right. I honestly forgot about that. Since I only see you like post anything under Beatles Diva anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm Hailstorm under Transformers stuff, so. Because Beatles Diva's just not a Transformers name, so.
I know. My character is Billy. I got Billy.
Nice.
John DeLuna, who was like two people in front of me and on that kiosk back at BotCon 2012, he got new Soundwave. Otherwise, I would have new
Nice.
Soundwave, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is Hail Space Storm instead of Hailstorm, which is I usually put as one word, so.
But I can't wait to play as Billy.
I don't even remember mine. I don't even know where it is. Like somewhere I have a photo with my character, because that's what they were doing at New York Comic-Con, and
Yeah.
that was like 3-4 years ago, I think.
It's probably 2012. That's when they did the exact same thing at BotCon.
Yeah,
They gave it to you, and it was in that little frame or that
Yep.
cardboard sleeve. Yeah,
I have no idea where
I'm
it
Billy.
is.
Can't wait. I'll probably.
I would love
play
to
it.
have gotten Steve.
Yeah. I don't get Steve. Billy's an actual Transformers character.
Yeah.
That's Blaster in the Headmaster dub.
Yeah.
Is that Blaster or is that Twincast? That's
Blaster.
Who's Spark?
It's-
Wait, I thought. Who's Sparkle?
so
That's
he's
Spike.
Billy, and Billy dies, and Billy becomes
Spike was
Blaster.
Sparkle, wasn't he?
Oh gosh.
Spike was Sparkle. wasn't
Spike
he?
was
Yeah.
Sparkle. So Billy
Oh,
Billy
okay.
dies. Billy and Soundwave kill each other.
Yeah.
Soundwave becomes new Soundwave,
Yeah.
and Billy, I guess, becomes. I think Billy does become Blaster.
I think Billy becomes Blaster.
Instead
I
of
think that's
just
how it
calling him
goes.
Billy.
It would have been better if he became Billy.
Billy number 2.
Yeah.
It's like
So
Blaster
New
dies
Billy.
and becomes Billy.
Blur's
New
Wally.
Billy.
Blur's Wally.
Yeah.
Of course, Sound Blaster is new Soundwave. Twincast is Blaster. God, so much crap. Let's see here. What else do we have going on? Okay, so movie news, and this is actually just news, not like our discussion stuff I wanted to mention. So Transformers 5, yes, 5, not 4. 4's coming out next week. 5, coming out in 2016, according to Paramount. And apparently G.I. Joe 3 is also coming out at that point. So interesting.
They're still doing G.I. Joe? I would have thought that would have been dead.
Yeah, they are. Still...
I don't care. I will watch G.I. Joe as long as they get the same guy that plays Storm Shadow every time. They've got my money. I don't care.
You know, I'll be honest with you. After watching 22 Jump Street, I wish Channing Tatum was coming back. And basically
maybe he will.
And playing his character from 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Maybe he will.
He was just in a coma, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns out Duke's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buster Jones wants to play Doc.
Yeah.
That would be great. But yeah, that's coming out, so we'll know more later, I'm assuming. Also, 7 minutes of B-roll were posted. You can go to tformers.com and check that out. Also on T-Formers, a featurette, Meet Cade, which is the character played by Marky Mark. He is on there. A new TV spot also on T-Formers around Hound. You can go watch that. Transformers 4, of course, is partly filmed in IMAX on the IMAX 3D camera. And apparently this is a new IMAX 3D technology. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like.
Now, are you guys going to go see it in IMAX?
Not at first, but I'm seeing it IMAX on my second viewing.
I'm seeing it.
So you've already got
IMAX
2 tickets.
first.
Wait, you've already got 2 tickets, and you're already talking about how bad you're going to hate this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it twice. That's how bad I'm gonna hate
No,
it.
wait. Who's the sucker, man?
I'm the host.
Hollywood or Brian
I'm
Kilby?
the host of the first Transformers podcast ever. I kind of have to watch it.
He has to see
Not
it
twice.
He has
No, you have to watch it, but who says you have to buy 2 tickets? Actually,
Yes.
I did that.
Well,
I bought 3 tickets for Revenge of the Fallen, and after I watched the first time, I'm like, oh no, I gotta watch this 2 more times.
Oh, I don't think I watched Revenge of the Fallen after the first viewing.
I had 3 tickets
You had
already.
the ones.
See,
no,
it's better before you
on-
watch it.
on
So you
DVD.
should actually go watch it a couple more times, and maybe you'll appreciate it.
We saw Dark of the Moon at least twice.
I thought we saw Revenge of the Fallen twice. I thought we did.
Did you see it with Kim, her brother, and I? No, because that was Kim, her brother, and his current girlfriend at the time. So if you and I saw it at least twice.
I thought we did see it twice. I thought we saw it maybe once at Liberty and once at a nice theater.
I saw the first one 3 times. I saw Revenge of the Fallen at least once, maybe twice, and I saw Dark of the Moon I think twice in the theaters.
I saw the first one 14 times in the theater.
Are you serious?
God.
I'm serious.
Wow.
3 times my
That's
max.
impressive.
After 3,
I love that first movie. I still love that first movie.
You had to see it 14 times to believe that it was real, right?
I just loved it. I just when you know, this is the first time we got to see these big robots transform on the big screen. It was awesome.
There is something magical about that, and it would have been it would hold a much better place in my heart if somebody other than Michael Bay had made the movie.
Yeah, like Transformers. I was like thinking about it today. Like the first movie, it sort of is like the Avengers moment. It's like, oh my god, this is reality type movie. Except for the Avengers was actually good.
Yeah, but no, the first movie still has good moments in it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna beat it up.
I'm trying to think of one.
Even Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah,
okay,
let me know as soon as you think of one.
No, I got it. I like the Bumblebee barricade chase. I thought that was fun.
Okay,
And of course,
I'll give you
the
that.
Crusher, Optimus beating each other up on the freeway. That kid's look. I'm like, yeah, that'd be me. I'd be like, oh yeah.
I like I like
You mean
Barricade.
that scene that was just flashes of something that you couldn't tell
loved it. I
what's going
still loved it.
I did like
first time-
Mustang
the first
versus
time.
Chimera. That was alright.
Mustang versus.
The first time you saw when you were watching on the big screen and they went into Hoover Dam and you saw Megatron standing there, it's just like, oh, this is so cool.
It's a
I love
bag
that
of knives. Sorry,
Bag of hangers?
It's a big wad of tinfoil.
Bag of
don't care.
Hangers
I
was
loved
the Huntington. The chip.
I'll never forget when he broke out of ice and he said,
I couldn't understand a single thing he said in that first movie.
No, I couldn't either. It was something like or something.
Yeah, it's not good. Somebody should just overdub all of his Mr. Smith lines instead. Or Agent Smith. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so this was a neat story. So, is everybody familiar with Uber?
Yes.
So
No.
Uber is the basically the transportation service where people, you and I, can provide transportation by signing up with the service, and there's an app, and it's basically a way to circumvent the taxi and cab service in your local community.
Oh, okay, I've heard of this. Yeah.
So there's an Age of Extinction promotion. They're going to offer Autobot service. So apparently, it looks like that's going to be in LA. So I guess they're going to deploy a bunch of Camaros.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, why would I send for a Camaro to pick me up?
You have a Camaro.
Yeah, so I don't need that.
But I drive a Hyundai Elantra. That would be kind of cool to have, to ride around a Bumblebee.
I'll come pick you up and drive you to work one day.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
What color's your Camaro?
It's Bumblebee.
Yeah.
It is, but you got the Transformers one, huh?
He's got the Transformers
Yep.
package, yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty
Two
sweet.
thumbs up for me.
It's pretty sweet.
And that's why I like the first movie, because that was the first time you got to see that car.
Yeah.
It was.
And do you remember the first time he transformed when Bumblebee scanned him? You're just like, this is so cool.
So,
Yeah.
so this isn't the beat up Bumblebee. You're talking about the later Bumblebee.
Yes.
He's talking about
Okay.
he's talking about the post dubstep Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was the one that was announced at Comic-Con, and I went out the next day and ordered it and had to wait 6 months to get it, or close to 6 months.
Wow.
So taking it one step further, there's a new Transformers, actually I guess a new Chevrolet model available in China called the Chevrolet Trax. And that's the name of the Transformer.
All right.
I like how it's not tracks as in the regular tracks.
Yeah, it's a red SUV. So the,
Man, it doesn't come with a big old burn on the hood. I'm not interested.
that would be awesome. This would be more like Road Rage, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm hoping you get a free toy by buying.
But wait,
the
wasn't
vehicle.
wasn't the first tracks with 2 X's?
The first tracks, the original?
What the original tracks, G1 tracks, wasn't it TR8XX?
That was TRACKS.
CKS.
Yeah.
Is
You're,
it?
you're
Okay.
thinking of the GoBot Stax, STAXX.
There I go with my GoBots knowledge.
I think Stax was spelled with. Oops, I think Stax was spelled with 2 X's anyway. I think everybody owned at least one Stax in their lifetime.
I don't know if I did.
I'm looking at this car right now. That's a kind of a pretty little car.
It is.
Not too bad.
No, Stax just
Yeah.
had one X. He was the Super GoBot, the orange tractor trailer, or the tractor. He didn't have a trailer. The semi.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't think I owned it. I had Psykill, and I had the little orange car thing, whatever it was.
The
Can't
orange.
remember.
Oh, was it the car from Puzzler?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was a little orange car, I think.
Okay. I
don't know.
I don't know.
It's GoBots. Do you think I'm going to remember what I had in GoBots? It's like there's Psykill, and then there's everybody else. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Leader 1.
Yeah.
Later-
And
yep.
you're one.
Leader 1.
And Scooter.
Copper.
Maybe it was Scooter. Maybe I had Scooter.
Scooter wasn't a car.
I know.
Scooter was a scooter.
He was a scooter.
He was orange, wasn't he?
Red. Orange, yeah.
Scooter's just not a clever name, is it?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
They just called him Scoot for short.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to do it as far as news goes this week. We have quite a few things that we actually had to put aside because there's so much. So next week we'll talk about third-party news and the like. We have a few more toy-related items we wanted to get to, but we will save it until next week. So let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll jump to Q&A with Rob Springer. After that, we will talk about Transformers 4 Age of Extinction in greater detail, and warning, there will be spoilers. Nothing that hasn't already been released, but if you've been trying to avoid them, like I have until like this week,
Me too.
yeah, you may be spoiled. Minor spoilers, but spoilers all the same. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
You boys a bit bored? Step into it! Step into a Slim Jim!
Hey guys, it's Rob. And this week's question comes from Justin Bailey for Life. I'm not the only Nintendo fan. Justin goes on to ask, "Hey Rob, is it true what I hear about people stinking really bad at BotCon and other conventions? Often I find myself worried about going to these things because I don't want to be around so much stinky people. Thanks." Well, thanks for your question, Justin. And the BO problem is a real problem and also a really exaggerated problem. Mainly because it's funny to laugh at it. Reason the BO problem is laughed at because it's a point where you're like, okay, what the hell? You know? When you get these things, you get basically a lot of people that come out, and a lot of them don't have the best social graces. You know, I hate to be rude, but a lot of these basement creatures that never leave the house or whatever, a lot of them tend to get out for the first time in forever, and their sense of self is not very accurate. So you'll get someone who might be stinky, like they didn't take a shower, or they didn't put on appropriate deodorants or whatever, not realizing that you get smelling pretty bad after a while. So while it's not like a wall of funk per se, but there does tend to be pockets of it. Now, I think it was BotCon 2001 where the dealer room was split up into a smaller one and a larger one due to the space they had. The smaller one got a little funky after a while because it was a small room with a lot of people in it. And you know, just like in any other thing, you're walking around, you're stuffed up with a lot of people, you're going to sweat. You know, it's summer. So it's one of those things where it's like proper bathing, a little deodorant, maybe a little Axe, you know, go a long way. Don't overboard the Axe, but a little bit will go a long way, so you don't get that whole someone cooking hot dogs. So that doesn't go on. Basically, it's like, I often say, have you ever been to Walmart on a Saturday? Because you're just in a crowded area, and yeah, you know, there is BO situations, but it's not like the minute you walk in, you're covered in it. You know, there's gonna be pockets of it where you're gonna be around some stinky people. Best advice: shower. You know, your hotel room provides one, and you know what? If you didn't think to bring a bar of soap, they'll give you one. They're little. I always like the hotel soap. It smells neat. It's always like, why can't I ever find this stuff? You know, I always get like Dial. Bring some deodorant. It costs at the very least $1 for a stick. And if you spent $400 to get into BotCon or $100 to get into some con, and this is any con really. I mean, I've been to Dragon Con a few times here in Atlanta, and that's like several jillion people. And there's an upstairs exhibition hall that's a dealer room, and a downstairs dealer room that's usually pretty hot because for some reason they can never work the air conditioning very well down there, and there's like thousands of people, and there's just points where you're like, motherfucker, you know, just a little deodorant, a little that, and you know, you start feeling a little musty, maybe go freshen up when you get a break. You know, just be aware of yourself. You know, you sweat. You might not be aware of you sweat, but you know, in private, go to the bathroom, do a little, because you never know. Like I said, you're surrounded by a lot of people, and if you're in line or whatever, you know, you might just lose all sense of self. And a lot of these people don't have one. Don't be one of those people. You know, wear appropriate clothing. You know, don't wear a shirt that don't cover your belly. Wear clothes that fit and cover you properly. I'm not going to tell you how to dress. I'm just going to say be presentable. You know, everyone's there wearing t-shirts and shorts, right on. You know, every once in a while you get that dude wearing a t-shirt that doesn't fit his gut. You know, and it's like, what are you, Tummy from the Gummy Bears, man? Dude, you can't, the shirt, you can't just go buy a nutter. You know, I mean, just, you know, take care of yourself. Have a little sense of self because you're around a whole lot of people. And here's the thing. If you're going to be looking ridiculous or smelling ridiculous, if you're like some basement creature that's just like, if you look like you're on People of Walmart, look at peopleofwalmart.com and look at those things. If you feel yourself, maybe make a little bit of a change. Because, you know, people shouldn't laugh at other people, but they're going to. You always say, hey, you shouldn't laugh at other people. That's not nice. Well, you know what? They're going to anyway. Even your biggest, staunchest person that takes up for other people is laughing at somebody. Trust me. So, it's one of those things. It's like, I don't want people making fun of me. Well, wash your ass. Put on a shirt that's not covered in cat hair. Yeah. Well, I love my cat. I love my cat. You know, it doesn't mean I gotta look like I'm covered in turds. But yeah, just I wouldn't worry about it too much. But there's going to be instances of it at any convention you go to. It's just like I said. Some people just, it almost is like, what's wrong with these people? You know, like I remember Joe Lana just recently, Kilby was here with me, and we were sitting at our table, and this gentleman walked by. And he was wearing like teal sweatpants that were very dirty. Like he had been wearing those for a week straight and didn't think, I should change pants before I go out. He was wearing those with, and you know, they were elastic at the bottom, so they didn't fit over his shoes or anything. They were just right there over his shoes, and there were some silly Velcro deals. And you know, if you wear those Velcro sneakers, that's fine, whatever. But you know, walking around in public with dingy, gross shoes covered in what looks like dog poop, that's when you should probably clean your shoes or wear something more decent. So he had that going, and a polo shirt of a different shade that didn't match his teal, and that was snug. He had his teal dirty, gross, sweaty-looking teal sweatpants, cruddy, muddy Velcro shoes, and like odd grayish, bluish striped polo shirt that no longer fit. That was just like wavering over waist area. So it looked like a belt, but it was actually his skin. Like you thought that was a white belt, like a championship wrestling belt, because it got bigger in the front. And it's like, and the polo shirt was dirty too. It was like, hair is all a muss. Thing is, they were friends. They were all pretty dingy looking. And I say to myself, you know, I bet that's a really nice guy. Someone should help him to say, hey, dude, you're in public. Put something decent on. Wash, you know. No. I'm telling you, so they don't make fun of you. No, taking up for you is not going to help. Yeah, people don't have to be nice. Real world calling. They're going to be mean. If you're walking around looking like you walked out of a mud hole in public, people are going to look and laugh. And ain't no one going to take up for you. They'll be like, hey, damn, dude. That's the first thing anyone's going to say. And you know what? Because it's just basic social niceties, you know. You like holding the door open for someone. Or, hey, how you doing? Good, thank you. How are you? You know, stuff like that. You know, just be aware of yourself. More like for your own good, because it's just not, it don't feel good to walk around dirty. If you've ever gotten off work and had to stop by the store, and this is for people with more blue-collar jobs, I guess, and you've walked around, you're like all sweaty and kind of dirty, and you had to stop by the store, and you're like, you already know, like, boy. You know, I'm glad I work. One of the good reasons of working at night when I get off, not too many people are at that Walmart to be judgmental of me walking around covered in gross, and that's a good thing because you're in public, you know. I'm 36 and I can't believe I have to tell other adults this, you know. But there's always those walking around. It's like, you traveled, you left the house. You not say, hey, let me make sure my teal sweatpants are washed before I wear them in public. Let me not make sure I rub some deodorant on, because I don't want to be. And the thing is, it's not a secret. Everyone makes a joke about conventions and body odor. you gotta know these people are like, yeah, what's wrong with those people? Smell like old hand towels. You know, the towel you found in your rack, and you're like, things went sour, you know, needs washing. Or a cup of soup, hot dogs. Like when you boil hot dogs, that, ooh, hot dog water. You know, I can go on forever about my analogies and body odor. That sort of old lunch meat smell. A pack of ham, when you open it up, it just doesn't. A pack of ham never smells good. It doesn't. If you think it does, I wish I was you, because I'm like, God, dog. An old bag of French fries. An elephant's asshole. I mean, just stank. I mean, I'm pretty bad about farting in public and walking away like, or sometimes they catch me like, it was me. But you're in a very confined environment with a bunch of people. Wait till you go to the bathroom to cut one. Or if you do, try to do like a wiggle thing to get it off you and leave it on somebody. Maybe those guys that look like they already stink, no one will be like surprised. I mean, so many people also have those stories of just being like, or it's like, who just cut one? There's too many people around me. It's usually me, and I left it on someone. But yeah, just it's going to be there because you got a large gathering of people and love them. Just don't leave the house a whole lot, and things get stinky sometimes. Just try to be aware of yourself, and everyone try to. I think as long as we keep talking about it, hey, don't be that guy. It'll eventually. It's never going away, but it'll eventually get to a place where we can work with it. Well, Justin, thanks for your question, and everybody, please keep sending your questions to rob@tfradio.net. Or if you go to tfradio.net, there's all of our links to our various social media. You can send us questions through any of them and we'll answer them. Also, please check out my blog, roborobspringer.tumblr.com. And there's a way to ask me a question there as well as see what I'm up to. So we're going to send it back to the guys. And hey, I don't know if this will be up for the weekend or not, but everyone have fun at BotCon. I wish I could be there this year, but California is just out of the range of possibility for me. That's a big trip. I just can't do it. Can't get the time off work and can't justify the extra 1,000 it would take me to fly out there. So yeah, everyone have a great time, and I'll see all you guys at other conventions. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Radio Free Cybertron will return after these messages.
In the world of the Transformers, it used to be easy to tell the Autobots from the Decepticons. But now, the mini-spies are on the loose. They look like Autobots, but are they?
It's a Decepticon! After him!
Transformer mini-spies. You get one with each of the 6 Autobot mini-car packages. Motorized Transformers. You can't tell if they're Autobots or Decepticons until you rub up their symbol.
It's an Autobot!
Transformer mini-spies. Get them while supplies last from Hasbro.
You can hear our show on Stitcher Smart Radio. Stitcher allows you to listen to your favorite shows directly from your iPhone, Android phone, BlackBerry, or Palm phones. On demand and on the go. Don't have Stitcher? Download it for free today at Stitcher.com or in the app stores. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio. Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/tfradio.
I don't feel good. I just picked up my dad's prescription. Makes him feel better. Want some?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. You're right. Never take medicine unless it's given to you by your doctor or parents.
He doesn't feel good.
He should go to his parents. If it's a real emergency and your parents are gone, ask a neighbor for help.
Now we know the right thing to do.
Doing the right thing makes you a superstar. Champ!
Radio Free Cybertron has teamed up with Kokomo Toys and Collectibles in Kokomo, Indiana. If you're in the Kokomo area, visit our store for a huge selection of new and classic toys. Visit online at www.kokomotoys.com for our address and store hours. While you're there, check out our listing of pre-order items, as well as visit our eBay store. Visit us at www.kokomotoys.com. That's KOKOMOTOYS.com. We're also on Facebook. We now return to Radio Free Cybertron.
So we are back. Hey, actually, during the break, I realized that one of the big news items we didn't get into, and we will talk about it next week, is the Transformers Angry Birds news from Rovio and Hasbro. Yeah, that happened.
You used to really, really love Angry Birds.
I did really like Angry Birds.
Now it's Transformers and Angry Birds. You should be ecstatic. Are you?
No.
It was bound to happen after Star Wars. I mean, it was the next logical move.
G.I. Joe? Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Actually, wouldn't it be awful, like in 2015, if Angry Birds and G.I. Joe are like the only G.I. Joe that actually happened? If it was to happen.
You mean like the toys and stuff?
Yeah.
That would be the G.I. Joe toy line for that year.
Yeah, that would be terrible. That would be so terrible. Okay, so Transformers 4 Transformers 4 Age of Extinction. I was going to call it Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of Michael Bay.
Revenge of Michael Bay. So,
screw you, fans. That's what should be subtitled.
So we haven't seen the movie yet. It's not been released, but if you've been avoiding spoilers from various news items or commercials, even, we are going to delve into that. But we wanted to talk a little bit about the movie. So. Guys, I know Diecast has been way more in tune with this than I have, so I know Melvar just does not care. So, please,
not one little bit. No.
So please feel free to jump in and make any corrections or fill in any gaps that I leave. So basically, the movie takes place 3 or 4 years in the future from Dark of the Moon. It seems like the Transformers are in hiding again. For whatever reason, I guess because, the humans tried to get rid of them in the last movie.
Transformers are dangerous.
Transformers are dangerous. Yeah, so, yeah. There's
they saw Optimus doing the face-ripping action on Megatron. They're like, oh, crap. We got a problem here.
I mean, after Chicago was destroyed in the last movie, you got to figure that the Transformers are going to be hated pretty much.
Yeah.
They have Prime on record saying, we'll kill them all.
That would be awesome.
Wait, they also remember that the Autobots were pretending to be gone and let Chicago get destroyed.
Yeah, actually, so Diecast, so are you? I missed that. Is that actually seriously in the?
Well, that was in Dark of the Moon when.
I know, but do they actually? Is that a plot point in the movie? Did they actually? The humans have that on tape?
Oh no.
Okay, that was a joke. Okay.
No. Yeah.
I totally could have happened. But yeah, Optimus Prime, the hero, the leader of the Autobots, his big moment in Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon, was him saying, kill them all. We'll kill them all. We will kill them all. Yeah.
It's funny, they were interviewing Peter Cullen, and he says that was one line that he did have a problem with recording, because he didn't feel like that was very Optimus Prime. And I'm like, that's so true.
And then they added another $1 million to his paycheck, and he's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
give me your face is really an Optimus Prime inspired line.
There you go.
If you remember, he actually retired from doing a lot of that stuff because the cartoons were so violent. I mean,
this isn't a cartoon. Well, maybe it is.
Children's entertainment was so violent, and this really didn't do anything to help. So, basically, Transformers are back in hiding. Cade, who's played by Mark Wahlberg, finds Optimus Prime, who is in a different form. He's a broken down, beat up semi-truck, very reminiscent of G1 Optimus. And basically, he says, "Hey, I think this is a Transformer." That's basically like one of the commercials. I think like the first commercial or the second commercial.
I think we've had a Transformer.
Yes, I think this is a Transformer. Basically, humans. So Transformers.
How did you like my impersonation there?
that worked pretty well. I like that. I've never actually watched anything with him in it that I can think of. I have no idea about him other than he was Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if you have
Three Kings is awesome.
Three Kings is
Three
good.
Kings.
Yeah, that is good. But not for him. For what, like George Clooney and
no, I thought is it Ice Cube?
He gets shot though. Mark Wahlberg is the one that
Yeah.
gets shot, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I thought he did a good job in it. I really enjoyed that movie.
Good.
I don't know much about him. So he finds Optimus because the Transformers are what's the phrasing of that diecast? The Transformers are evil. The Transformers are dangerous.
Transformers are dangerous.
Transformers are dangerous is the basically the mantra. What's the organization called? Do we know yet?
I'm just gonna assume it's like, you know, some sort of CIA secretive.
The Earth Defense Force.
The No Autobots Club.
Yeah, the no Autobots Club. So basically, the long and short of it is, moving ahead, because this is not entertaining. I promised that this would be like serious and everything, but we're kind of making fun of the movie.
Sorry.
Before we've even seen it, I'm doing it. I'm
gonna go in with neutral mind because I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not gonna like it. I'm just gonna say, hey, Optimus is riding Grimlock. I'm happy right there.
So ostensibly, there are no Witwickies involved in this movie, so that's a plus.
Well, I mean, like to be positive about, I think that taking it in the direction that humans don't like them, I think that is an interesting direction. I mean, to be fair, I think that is something that I didn't
look at.
expect.
Do humans like the bubonic plague? No.
Nope.
So that's it's effectively the same thing. So basically,
that's what's going on with the comic books too, though. The humans are not liking the Autobots.
Right. So the humans are led, I guess, Kelsey Grammer is the main human antagonist in this. Basically, the humans are out to get the Autobots, so Optimus Prime, the humans come to get him, and they're like, no, I'm going to transform and save these people. Then basically other stuff happens that we don't quite know yet. But it looks like all of the Autobots pretty much have to come back together to face this new threat, which is the humans and the Decepticons. And we know at least, at the very least, that Galvatron is built by the humans. Hasbro.
Yes, the humans who were against the Transformers built their own Transformer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and Galvatron, I don't know how.
You gotta fight fire with fire.
That's true.
There haven't really been any TV previews with Galvatron in it, though.
Right.
He's got that one scene in that one trailer, like laying on the bed.
So basically, what we find out is that the Autobots, or Optimus Prime specifically, it seems like the big bad that's actually concealed in all of this other, stuff is whoever built the Transformers, because they're basically coming to get Optimus Prime and the Autobots. That's what I take from the newest TV spot, where Optimus is told that, you weren't born, you were built, and they're coming to take you back, or whatever the phrasing was. So with that being said, it's a huge onslaught that the Autobots are basically hit by. It seems like they need more firepower, so they find Dinobots. And where the Dinobots were, heck if I know.
Yeah,
but they
looks like they were in the Savage Land, because there's that one scene where they're like in this jungle or something. It's like, it's in the Savage Land.
So from that point, leading toward, like, I'm assuming the later part of the movie is we really don't know what's going to happen much. We know that the Optimus finds Grimlock and the Dinobots, and he rides him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that all of the Dinobot footage will be confined to the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Unfortunately, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of things that I'm interested in this movie. Grimlock, Dinobots being ridden by Autobots. That's great. And that's pretty much
that's what got me my ticket. I'm like, I'm just riding Grimlock. I'm so there.
And
I want to see that on the big screen.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where it ends for me. So I'm going to have, admittedly, they're going to have an uphill battle to win me over with this movie. One thing that kind of bugs me is like because how do you say his last name? Ken Watanabe.
Watanabe.
You know, he's become like, you know, whenever they need a Japanese character, he plays him. He plays Drift.
Yeah.
I just realized that like last week. I'm like, he does Drift. That's kind of sad. There's so many. There's a legacy of racism, legacy of sexism, a legacy of violence that, you know, this movie.
But here's a question:
inherits.
What happens if we had Drift, a Chinese-speaking samurai transformer, and it was some white guy? Would that have been even more racist?
It depends on how it was done. You know, he doesn't have to have an accent at all. It could be entirely neutral. I mean, he could be like Bumblebee and he could beep and click. So I don't know that he has to have like an accent. I mean, that's the whole thing. So Transformers don't have to be, you know, they don't have to follow our, you know, our archetypes.
But you don't want every single Transformer to be American, quote unquote.
Well, most of them don't have a personality at all.
Exactly.
Because they got in trouble for, what was it? Was it Revenge of the Fallen?
Jazz.
Well, they got in trouble for Jazz.
I mean, that's
they
why
got in trouble for
right
Leadfoot. They got in trouble with the twins. It doesn't matter what kind of voice you give them. People are going to complain.
Yeah, it kind of does, because they do take these stereotypical characters and sort of push it a little bit. I mean, look at Animated or look at Prime. It doesn't really do that, and it gets the point across just fine. The movies, on the other hand, take it a little too far, and by a little too far, I mean way too far. But you know that
I didn't think it would. To me, this is my opinion. It'd be weird to see a Japanese themed robot without a Japanese voice.
I agree.
That's just me, though. You know. I'm kind of glad to see Ken Watanabe doing it. So
I would say if it was a Japanese-themed G.I. Joe character, it would make more sense.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen in the movie. Again, we haven't seen it, but you know, we'll see. But
my point is, so there's a legacy of like racism and all this crap. But at the very least, what they're doing is they're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
They're dumping like not the history, but they're starting fresh with new characters, a new plot, a new enemy. So
they're starting over fresh with their racism, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're starting over fresh. Hopefully the movie won't be as overtly racist and sexist as the other films have been.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't see it as racist and sexist. I mean, I don't
the
know.
The most iconic scene from Revenge of the Fallen is that scene of Megan Fox on the bike, where you can see up her jean shorts. It's pretty sexist.
I'm sorry. That to me, that's not the most iconic. Most iconic was Bumblebee, you know, skinning Ravage. That to me is the most iconic.
I don't know.
I remember Prime taking all of Jetfire's parts.
The most iconic scene for me is when the Transformer Heaven tells Shia LaBeouf that he needs to go back and he needs to.
What an awful movie. So So Diecast, you've been more in tune with this. What major plot points are we missing in this?
I think we've covered what we've seen, but there's a lot of questions still. I mean, how they get the Dinobots, where they find them from, who sent Lockdown, because you know the latest one is Prime going, "Who sent you?" And we haven't seen much of Asian Megan Fox. I know she's supposed to be. Wasn't she supposed to be like a leading role in this?
Much of the movie is filmed in China.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see actually how that is
and again,
used.
that's another reason why you should have an Asian voice actor in there. If they're in China, you're going to have.
Yeah, I think she's playing like a corporation head or something. And if I had to guess, it will be them responsible for building Galvatron.
Is there going to be a twist in the movie? Like, you know, like Dark of the Moon had its twist. Do you think they're holding something like
Godzilla's going to come out?
Like they're intentionally not showing anything on Galvatron. Is there going to be a twist on that? Maybe.
Yeah, there's got to be. That's what I was just gonna say. Is there's so much stuff that they're not showing us in these previews.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think
it could go either way.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good thing because if you remember some of the last 3 shows, they gave so much away. You pretty much knew what the next scene was going to come out. This leaves you questioning. This makes you want to go watch the movie. Say, hey, how does Grimlock and the other Dinobots come? I want to see where they're at, or why are the Chinese involved? Let's go. Yeah, who made Galvatron? What's his purpose? See, it's making you have questions. It makes you want to go see it instead of say, oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen.
We don't know if the Dinobots are going to talk. We don't know if they're going to get in the whole drift on the Decepticon side. Is he going to switch over in the movie, or is he just going to show up as an Autobot? I mean, there's a lot of things that we do not know.
But we will next week.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to give it. I know it sounds like I'm completely down on it, and I'm not mostly completely down on it.
I am. So you know.
I'm completely down on its heritage, but I'm willing, if I like it, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. And Chris knows better than anybody that if I'm going into a movie and I don't expect it to be good, and if it's like remotely good whatsoever, it completely flips my opinion of the thing.
You'll walk out loving it probably.
Like when we went to go see the X-Men the first time, or First Class. I'm not really, or like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, or whatever the last one was.
The Rise of the Planet
of the Apes. Like, going, oh God, this is going to be awful, blah, blah, blah. Go in, and I really like it. So, having a low expectation typically, for me, benefits the movie. Just sometimes, like Dark of the Moon, or pardon me, Revenge of the Fallen, specifically. I don't hate Dark of the Moon. I hate the extraordinary violence of Dark of the Moon. But I hate everything about Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. I think there's something redeemable to some degree in Dark of the Moon, but yeah, Revenge of the Fallen, I try to think of something redeemable, and I can't. Like, I was like, oh, I like this part, but wait, the rest of the movie is this part. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. Revenge of the Fallen is such a terrible movie. Oh, actually, I say I hate everything. I do like Give Me Your Face.
Give me your face.
Everyone liked that part.
Rise, you fall.
The first time you watched that, did you have that confused look like, did he just say that? Did he just say what I think he said?
I'm like, yeah, basically that was exactly it. I'm like, what?
Did you say that for like a year?
Yes.
Just randomly, you would just send like a message to Google Talk or something. Be like, give me your face.
So Hail Hydra's replaced Give Me Your Face.
Hail Hydra, I don't actually say Hail Hydra that much, but I have. Hail Hydra replaced Caesar is Home.
Caesar is Home. God, you said that for like a year or two.
Yeah, I'm so annoying when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, so pretty much that's pretty much what I'm expecting is. The other movies haven't been great. I'm willing to give this one the benefit of the doubt, and if it's halfway decent, I'll like it.
You are far more forgiving than I am.
I am.
See, I'm kind of have a little bit of joy in my heart, thinking I get another Transformers movie. I get to see big shiny robots on the screen. Yay! But I got a question for you: who will be the Transformer to die in this movie? There's always a token Transformer to die.
Drift.
You think it's Drift?
I think he'll do something like the sacrifice.
I'm guessing Ratchet.
Or something. Yeah, Ratchet looks like he's totally dead in the trailer. It looks like he's dying in the trailer.
I actually thought that Ratchet died in Dark of the Moon for some reason.
And Lockdown's in it, so it would actually make sense if Ratchet dies.
I don't see them killing Drift yet. Since there's a sequel, they're not going to kill Optimus.
Although Optimus looks like he's dying in one of the trailers also. So.
He dies every movie, basically.
Yeah.
He dies all the time. I don't know. Maybe nobody
He's like
dies.
a cat. He's got 9 lives. Wait, he's already died twice, right, in the movies?
Maybe one of the Dinobots.
I'd say all the Dinobots, but Grimlock will probably die.
Yeah.
So is there a slug and a slog?
Oh, so someone says...
Slug and slog, yeah.
Someone says that Hound's the one that's going to get it.
No,
it's just
not John Goodman.
maybe
I know, I'm
Goodman's going to make
excited
that
to hear
movie
John Goodman.
great.
I
So
think so too.
do you think John Goodman's character will have like a heart attack or something? Did he die of a heart attack on Roseanne? Am I misremembering that?
did he die
had
on
a
Roseanne?
heart
You are
attack on
correct.
Roseanne.
He did die of a heart attack, didn't he? I thought he
I know.
did.
I know
Yeah,
they like
'cause
the
all-
lottery. They got divorced and stuff. But
Well, no, if I remember correctly, all of season 9 was or the last season was like a fairy tale, and yes, he was dead.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
that's right.
I stopped
right.
watching it by that point. So actually, I guess taking like some
Good for you.
meta gaming here. So looking at it this way, who would cost too much that they can live without for the next one? So Drift actually would make sense given that. John Goodman, Hound would make sense. Who other big name voice actors do they have that they could go without? Considering they've gone this far without him, Frank Welker. Not that he's been in it, but he hasn't been like he was Soundwave.
Wait, I
before.
got a question. Have they announced who's doing Grimlock? Is Grimlock getting a voice?
You know,
That's what we don't know.
I would be so happy if it was Greg Berger.
It needs to be Greg Berger.
I thought they were
I-
I thought they were
I would
hinting
come-
at that. Didn't somebody hint at that at some point?
I think it's been hinted at.
Yeah.
Because I figured that's going to be like.
Be smiling if it's Greg Berger on the screen. I'll be like, it was worth it.
But his voice will not. His voice will be so different.
I mean, is it bad? I just want because we know that Grimlock and Prime have a fight scene or a scuffle scene. I just want Grimlock to transform and be like, me Grimlock, so confused. Okay, me fight for you now.
I figure that like Greg Berger would probably be in it, and then that would be the Incredible Hulk scene where you have Lou Ferrigno doing the voice of the Hulk saying Hulk smash. You know what I mean? Like I figured it would be like that. It'd be like me Grimlock smash or something. Like he'd say something.
Yeah, but Grimlock is still TBD. There's no listing for Grimlock, so
yeah.
that means
what I remember is that they were
Grimlock
interviewing
wants a
Greg
bunch of
Berger.
metal.
Yeah, they were interviewing Greg Berger, and he says he couldn't say anything. So that's pretty much like he couldn't say if he was or wasn't.
if
He
he's
didn't deny it. That's the key.
So if he-
that's the
said.
thing. That's the thing. I'm thinking. I'm like, I'll be so happy. It will make the movie for me if
he
Greg Berger
can't,
does Grimlock.
if he can't say one way or the other, it means yes.
Yes.
If he
That's
says no, it's no.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's under an NDA, it means that he's involved. If he's
Just
not,
remember-
if he's not involved, he's not under an NDA.
Just remember, 100 yeses or 100 no's and 1 yes is a yes.
Yeah.
Legally in the state of North Carolina, that is correct.
I'd be so happy if it was Greg. He's like one of the nicest guys.
He's a
Oh my
nice
God.
dude. Yeah, he's super
He's
nice.
so awesome.
Yeah, I hope it is. And wouldn't that be awesome? Like on the big screen, just hearing Greg's voice. It's me Grimlock.
I will stand up and clap and cheer. I'd be like, "Booyah!" If you
It
think
will
it's gonna
be as big as Prime, when Prime in the first movie.
Mhm.
He has to be in it. I mean, he has to. Come on, he has to. Come on, come on, Hasbro, Paramount. He has to.
Well, you remember?
It'll probably be like Gilbert Gottfried or someone.
Yeah, like again, Agent Smith was Megatron. Agent Smith was Megatron. So
Well, that would be the most disappointing thing if like he talks and then it's what's his name?
it's Elrond. It's Elrond.
It's Elrond. Yeah, he's like me, Grimlock Destroyer. God, that would be awful.
Oh God. Okay. Anything else that we need to get out? We need to mention about the movie. So
go to it with an open mind.
Open
That's all I'll
mind.
say is
What character were you most looking forward to seeing?
Grimlock.
Action Master Jazz.
Jazz is dead, right? He died in the first movie.
That's
Yeah,
why
he got ripped in half.
Yeah.
Gave up his life to become an action master.
He gave up the power to transform and become faster, stronger, more alive. Yeah.
I heard they're gonna have a Headmaster RC in the movie. I don't
Yeah.
know,
But they decided they just deleted that whole scene. They just left that on the cutting room floor.
They discontinued the toy at prototype stage.
Yeah. Any rampant speculation that we can make about the movie before what do we expect? the end game to be? Is the main villain the creator of the Transformers? Is it going to be something related to the Quintessons? Is it going to be the Quintesson origin? Is it going to be something related to the Primus origin, or is it going to be something entirely different?
Something entirely different.
I could see them either hinting at or leading towards something with Unicron. I could see that at some point.
Quintessons and Unicron, yeah, I mean that would definitely make sense.
Like what if this movie comes out?
Michael Bay knows what a Quintesson is.
He doesn't have to. The writers would.
Yes. He didn't know who the Fallen was either, and look what happened.
Is it possible this movie could come out and like they've so quickly said, "Oh yeah, Transformers 5 is coming out in 2016," that it ends actually with kind of a cliffhanger that leads straight into the next one?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, typically, not always. Typically, when a to be continued like that happens, from my experience, it's been one major, filming of like both movies.
Just broken into 3 acts.
Like they did with Back to the Future 2 and 3. Or like all the Hobbit stuff or Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's just like one major effort. Because if you don't know it's going to happen for certain, why do a cliffhanger?
Well, they keep saying this is like a new trilogy or something. So I was just wondering. I was wondering if maybe that's why they were quick. It's like, hey, 5 in 2016. Okay.
Well, if you're looking at it from a trilogy perspective, you won't get Unicron until the 3rd movie.
That's what I said. Hint at there would be like some line at the end of it. I'm not sure exactly what they would say, but they would be like, it's like Satan's coming or something. I don't know what they would say.
Satan's coming.
Satan's coming.
I almost think that that Galvatron is going to team up with the Autobots, because if Galvatron is man-made and they're talking about human extinction for whatever lockdowns bring in, I mean, it's possible that we could see Galvatron as an Autobot.
It could be that Galvatron's made by humans. Could be that Galvatron's made by humans, controlled by humans, but then given life by Unicron.
I got a question. So what kind of Galvatron do you want? Do you want the totally insane, like unstable Galvatron?
Season 3.
Yeah,
G1 season 3.
I want a Cyclonus to just show up just to get punched.
I want a Cyclonus.
You want a battered wife Cyclonus?
Yeah, I want a Cyclonus to show up for one scene just to get punched, and then he doesn't show up again.
I absolutely love Cyclonus. If you guys haven't heard me, I'm a huge Cyclonus fangirl, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. I need a Cyclonus. I will lose it if there's a Cyclonus.
God, that would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. You'll hear me scream on the other side of the nation.
There's something I don't... I used to really love the Transformers movie, Galvatron. There's just something kind of cool and badass about him, but he's also pretty boring.
Yeah.
The G1 Season 3 Galvatron is the good one.
He's all right.
He's pretty awesome. And JD would probably be listening and telling me what an idiot I am for liking the G1 Season 3 Galvatron, but
I think you're right. He was the funnest, character. I mean, Megatron was predictable, but Galvatron was exciting.
Would pack his own troops for being in the way. I mean,
G1 Megatron really sucks.
In the Transformers universe, no one says crazy like Fox. They say crazy like Galvatron. Yeah. That's crazy. It might work crazy like Galvatron.
I mean, how many chances did Megatron give Starscream? Galvatron wouldn't have had none of that.
He gave him 0 chances.
You gave him a hint.
He gave 0 something else too.
Here's a hint.
Okay, I think we've pretty much covered all of the movie stuff that we know at this point. We'll know more next week after we actually see the movie.
In 9 days, yay!
Actually, they've actually done a pretty good job obscuring or keeping all this stuff under wraps.
I like I said, I think to me that's a good thing. I think Michael Bay might have learned something.
Or you've already seen the entirety of the movie that's not explosions.
I don't mind big explosions on the big screen in summer. That's what I go to the movies for.
So, do we want to predict how many hours of footage is devoted to military in this one, or is there any? I don't even know. I mean, have they mentioned anything about them doing a lot of filming for military?
I don't know. Probably. Actually,
you used to make a big deal out of that because I remember like seeing stories about, oh yeah, we're involved.
So if I mean, just like any other Michael Bay movie, it's very military focused. The previous Transformers movies, so like all of the military characters were featured very prominently. But I mean, it makes sense because if you're going to fight Transformers, the only force the humans have are the military. We don't have superheroes or anything like that.
I think it's going to be less military. There's going to be no military teamed up with the Autobots this time. I think they're really getting away with that. It's just going to be those core characters of Mark Wahlberg and his daughter and the boyfriend, and that's the human characters. None of the extra military guys.
Someone asked me, they're like, how sad is it that Mark Wahlberg is to the age where he's playing the sexy father now?
Well, I don't know about sexy, but
he still is good looking, man.
His daughter is probably like 25 years old.
I'm just waiting for the Calvin Klein, advertisement in there.
No, I don't want to think about that.
Oh, I do.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So, Calvin Klein, Marky Mark, Google it.
Funky Bunch.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Go watch Three Kings. Go watch Three Kings. It gives you hope that Mark Wahlberg will actually do a good acting job.
And then go watch Pain and Gain and realize that it's not.
That was like the worst movie.
I've heard that's the best Michael Bay movie, though.
It is weird. It's on Netflix, Brian. You can watch it and find out what it is.
Do not watch it.
Well, if that's not the best Michael Bay movie, what would be?
It's Mark Wahlberg being directed by Michael Bay, so.
They always say that The Island was his best movie, but it was his critically praised movie that flopped. There's one movie that didn't make money.
I've never heard anybody say anything good about The Island.
I remember when it came out that people were like, the critics were like, hey, this is actually pretty good for a Michael Bay movie. So I think that's the critical phrase is what it would be.
Transformers, once Michael Bay's done, it's going to be Transformers. Michael Bay didn't screw it up that bad.
At least it's not the Turtles, Age of Extinction.
Oh, God.
I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks fine.
I don't know. I don't know what trailer you're looking at.
The one that you saw.
Megan Fox is in it. I mean, how bad can it be?
Oh, God.
Have you seen Shredder?
I haven't yet. I saw that photo showed up today on E&I. Yeah, I'll check that out later. Okay, I guess that'll do it for this week. We are going to we're going to have if you're watching this between now and June 21st, we're going to have our live stream around 2 Eastern time, 2-ish Eastern time. Just check out our Twitter handle or our Twitter account for that at TF Radio. Also, next week again is the JD Memorial Show that we will post separate from our normal show. So get that at tfradio.net or on iTunes, and you can subscribe. It takes no time at all. Just go to tfradio.net, click on subscribe, and you will get each and every episode. It's pretty sweet. And that's pretty much it. You guys, anything you guys looking forward to at BotCon news-wise? As we
RC.
Yeah, I want to see if they actually have that RC on hand.
Maybe they've been holding off on showing that just so that they can actually show it to Don in person.
Yes.
Like, here, now leave us alone.
I just want to know more about this cartoon.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about the new show. That's one thing that I think I'm looking for.
I'd like to see some maybe toy design, early toy designs of the characters for the show.
Yeah,
I know it's probably too early, but
like a still or something of like a drawing of what they're going for. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I can't wait to learn more about the new cartoon series, though, at San Diego Comic-Con here in a couple months, so that'll be exciting. It's true. So,
yeah. About a month, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So, Nicole, Chris, Melvar, Diecast, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks for having us.
So, just real quick, update from Don. He just tweeted he can't sleep. He's hyped for BotCon and worried about making the flight and the 2-hour drive to the airport on 4 hours of sleep. He says, Sheets, coffee, don't fail me now. Yes, I love it. Don, BotCon, and Sheets, 3 of my favorite things together. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Aloha.
This has been Radio Free Cybertron. Visit us at tfradio.net for show notes and to subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at tfradio for news and updates. Watch our live stream at tfradio.net/live. Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/tfradio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TF Radio Network. Have a question or comment? Leave it on our Facebook fan page or mail it to contact@tfradio.net. This podcast is released under a Creative Commons license. Any part of this podcast can and should be redistributed, but please, proper attribution is required if you know what's good for you. Radio Free Cybertron, the original Transformers internet radio show since 1999. 100% girlfriend free since 1999.